What up, nerds? Fuego here, and I just wanted to break down my pre-release deck that I played over the weekend, and it absolutely slayed. Rakdos, rats, bargain kind of thing. Went 3-1. The only games I lost were to the guy who went 4-0, and the only game he lost was to my deck, so feeling pretty good about that record. I'm going to start with, there's my arena code. That matters. Snag it, first come, first serve. And then also, I was super bummed because my promo was the triplets, and this is a bonkers card. This is a bonkers good card, and I had absolutely no green support. And I just couldn't justify building in a bad color for one card, although it was incredibly tempting. But, on to Rakdos. So, this was the only one drop in my color that I got, was the veteran. And usually I like to have a feud, put a little bit of early game pressure on. Would have loved a few ginger brutes, but this is all I had to work with, so my curve really starts hitting around 3 and 4. But it is an aggressive 3 and 4, so... The veteran, I never really used the roll ability. I just, a 2-1 for 1 was good enough. And pretty much all the adventures are just good. They're card advantage. You get 2 out of the 1 card. Just solid. Again, just for some early game pressure. I do like the pinging things. The catapult works really nice. You basically tap it before any battle tricks, play your battle trick, and then it's still up and can ping again. You just have to remember to use its ability at the end of your opponent's turn. And I missed several triggers, but it happens. The Merry Bards. This is okay. This wasn't great, but it was good enough. This one I loved. This one was just fine. You get a good battle trick in the adventure, and then you have a pretty good 4-2 threat after. So, solid. Sweet Tooth Witch. Never really used the sacrifice ability, but it makes food, which I can then bargain to other cards. And again, just a 3-2 for 3, keep some pressure going. Rowan, great card. Menace really won me the games. Just making it so they can't block my stuff. A lot of my stuff does have Menace. And I didn't really have any way to use this where I'm losing life on my turn. But that's okay, because a 4-2 menace for 3 is just fine on its own. Edgewall pack, great. Make a rat. So you get a 3-3 menace for 4, and you get some little bit, an extra body and something to bargain with. Fell Horseman, that was an okay card. Wasn't great. I was able to use the adventure a couple of times, but a lot of times I just didn't have a lot of creatures in the graveyard to make it super valuable. But again, the adventure is just sort of a freebie. So a couple of those. This is a perfectly fine card. The 3-1 flyer is great. A lot of times after blocking happens, I can flash this in and finish off one of their big blockers. And so this did some good work. Grabby Giant. This was just fine. Make a treasure token. It also triggers the catapult. Just a few different things. And then I get a decent body afterwards. And the reason I went red was I got 2 of the Gutter Dwellers. And originally when I opened a few packs, I didn't really think much of this card. But in sealed, this thing was absolutely clutch. So a 3-3 for 4 with Menace, and you make 2 rats. Then at the beginning of your upkeep, you can sacrifice one of those rats to put a +1 counter on them and exile the top card of your library. So this thing absolutely was bananas. It gets bigger, gives me some card advantage, and right out the gate it makes 2 rats. All right. High Fae Negotiator. 3/5 with the bargain, and the bargain drains for 3. So this was a good top end. I was always happy to get it. All right. Hold on, I hear too much Zelda in the background. And we're back. Sorry, little Pikachu there is absolutely slaying Tears of the Kingdom and gets very into it. All right, High Fae Negotiator, great top end. Having a flyer is fantastic, but the drain for 3 is excellent, and I usually have some rats or food that I can work with on that. And so that is the creature suite. Now we're on to the shenanigans. Just basically a shock. I mean, if you really want to waste a rat to get an extra damage, if you need it, that's fine. And exile actually was relevant, just with some of the graveyard recursion. So 1 mana shock, perfectly good. Monstrous Rage was excellent, because not only do you get the instant pump, but you also get to throw the monster roll on something, which gives you another +1/+1 and trample. So great card to throw in. It's a good top tier battle trick. Rat out. This was fine. I use this to get rid of their turn 1 or turn 2 creatures and get an extra rat token. So just early game, this keeps the board clear of the small stuff. Not dead after all. This is a great one. It just gives you a little bit of creature protection and adds a roll. Also good. Some more removal. For the bigger creatures, I can bargain away one of those rats and actually deal the 6 or so damage pretty easily to get rid of some of their big beefy stuff. Candy Grapple. Again, just some more removal. You want to keep that board clear so they can't block the menace creatures. And 9 Crescendo absolutely stole games. I've got 2 of them. One game I was able to double play it. They let 1 creature get through, and I doubled down on 9 Crescendo and was able to just absolutely steal that game. So the getting +2/+0 for all your creatures, well, a lot of times I have a handful of rats out, which don't seem like threats until they're, 3/1s. Then all of a sudden they're doing real damage, which feels good. They're making bad trades for the opponent. So this did a ton of heavy lifting. Back for seconds. Never really had to use this. Didn't ever have too many creatures in the graveyard. I still think it's a good card. Has good potential, but the games just didn't go long enough for this to be relevant. Just some straight up removal. Fantastic. I didn't need this in the deck, although it ended up in my opening hand several games, which just feels good to get a free 4 mana enchantment out there. This slot could have been better used with a lot of different cards, but I threw it in, I wanted to use it, and it just gave me some extra little ping damage here and there whenever I had extra mana, so not bad. And then, some basics. So that was my Rakdos, Menace, Rats, Shenanigans, and it's pretty straightforward, but it absolutely slayed. I had a great time. I think this is a really fun set. It seems like there's good interaction, there's fun flavor with the cards, good art, and had a really good time with it. So I hope you all get a chance, if not the pre-release, but to go and draft it here soon. And I will catch you on the next one. Be fabulous.